the Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Mr. Buti Manamela, joining us here right now. Thank you so much for joining us, Minister. Can you tell us what are some of your concerns, given that the stampede, last Thursday was 6 were injured? What's the department's concern based on this?
Look, I mean, we are obviously concerned that in all the institutions where registration is taking place, this is the only institution where there was a stampede last week. So we had to engage with the college management, the principal, who's been quite hands-on, to make alternative arrangements in terms of registration where there is sufficient space, and that's why this pop-up registration center in Pitamkaba Stadium was set up, so that we avoid the incident that happened last week. But secondly, it shows the higher demand for TVET education, and this excites us. It's in response to the President's announcement last week for free education for the working class and the poor, and that's why we're seeing all of this. But also we want to urge grade 12 learners of this year to start applying to institutions of their choice, precisely because if these students had pre-applied last year, we would have obviously don't have had this situation wherein they flock into this college in their numbers. And we want to urge those who applied here to also consider applying in the other neighboring colleges, as they still have spaces available.
Mr. Manamela, as you said earlier on, that the fact that TVET colleges start taking people as far as from grade 10, do you think this also contributes to the maximum number of people that we see queuing up here today?
Look, obviously, we do not actually see that as a problem or as a challenge. We see that as part of getting young people choosing a career path at an early stage. But because you have that number of people, from grade 10, 11 and 12, wanting to come and study at TVET colleges, that obviously shoots up the numbers. What we need to obviously be doing as government is to look at our strategies, is to look at whether, what is it that needs to be done in responding to this type of, situation. Of course, as you may know, plans are afoot. 3 of the 12 campuses that, government has committed to build, TVET campuses, have been completed, one being in Tabazimbi, and we are intending to ensure that we conclude with the building of the other 12. But even then, we believe that more needs to be done in order to expand access of the TVET sector.
Lastly, Deputy Minister, do you believe that online applications are, the only way, or rather the preferred method of, avoiding such chaos?
Well, of course, that's why we encourage students to use the online application system. Many of them, want to be here face to face, look at the person or look at the principal face to face and all of that. But, we believe that it's also a cultural thing that we need to shift from. We have sent out information around the catch system for students to use the catch system, but people, even after applying online, they still want to come to the institution and register manually for themselves. But we're going to go on overdrive in terms of our Apply Now program and our CATA program, so that learners begin to apply earlier and also choose their careers much earlier.